All right, we know how to we know how to name aldehydes. What about ketones? Ketones are slightly different because they don't have to terminate a chain. You know, if we had an aldehyde here, it has to be on one of the ends. A ketone can be anywhere within. This naming kind of resembles naming of alcohols. If we think about how we named alcohols, acyclic ones, we gave the alcohol the lowest number possible. That's what's going to happen with ketones. So the ketone carbon gets the lowest possible number, and the suffix is changed to -O-N-E, ketone, O-N-E. So with this ketone right here, the lowest possible number goes to the ketone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have a 5-carbon chain. The ketone could really be at, in this case, let's actually change it to a 6-carbon chain. Yeah, let's change it to a 6-carbon chain. So a 6-carbon chain with our ketone. So it's going to be hex. There's no alkenes or alkynes, so it's AN. And then we have to identify where the ketone is. So it's 2-ONE, hexane 2-ONE. So what about the substituent? We have a substituent in the 3 position. That's a methyl group, so it's going to be 3-methyl. Hexane -2-one. And then the last thing is the stereochemistry that I've included here. So again, pause it. Make sure you can do stereochemistry. And actually, let's change it. I'm going to change the stereochemistry up on you. We're going to make this in the plane, and then we'll have this as a substituent coming off. So again, pause it. See if you can do this. All right, unpaused. In this stereo center right here, this is going to be position 1. This substituent beats out the methyl group, so this is position 2, and this is position 3. So all the other ones we've done in the naming of aldehydes videos, the 3 substituents were coming out at you. In this case, the 4th substituent is the one that's coming out at you. This hydrogen, which is number 4, is coming out at you. So if I went to do my circle and I just pointed at 1, 2, 3, I'm technically pointing through the hydrogen. So we can't do that. But essentially, you guys probably have a lot of different mnemonics that you've used in the past for this. So if you're doing it, if you're getting the right answer without any help from me, then just keep doing it whatever way you've been doing it. Because, like I said, there are a lot of ways to teach this and a lot of ways to learn this. But essentially, if we go 1 to 2 to 3, and 4 is in front, we essentially have to flip what we have. So 1 to 2 to 3 looks like it is going clockwise, but because the hydrogen's in front of it, that messes things up. So that clockwise actually would flip if we were doing it from the right direction to counterclockwise. So technically, this stereo center is S. So hopefully you were able to get that same answer. So this is going to be S, 3-methyl, hexane 2-one. Did we need 3S? I'm not going to remove points if you put 3S, but we don't need 3S because that's the only stereo center we have. Okay, so that was acyclic. What about cyclic? So in cyclic, we place the carbonyl in position 1, then follow standard numbering rules. The suffix remains the same, -ONE, own, for ketone. So this is position 1, and then we would number this way around the ring to get this isopropyl, the total numbers to be low as possible. So 1, 3, 4, now we are just going to alphabetize isopropyl. The I does come into the alphabetization. So this is going to be 3-isopropyl. 3-isopropyl. 4-methyl. Cyclohex. and then we just change the N to own. Again, we don't have to say -1 own because it is assumed that it is going to be in position 1. We didn't add stereochemistry to this one. I could have. If I did add stereochemistry to this, you would just have something here, which would be the stereochem labels. So that is naming ketones. That's all the naming for chapter 21. So for Unit 3 exam, which is over chapters 19, 20, and 21, the main naming situations that you have to be ready for are aldehydes, which is previous videos, ketones, and carboxylic acid. So make sure you are very good at naming those different functional groups so that you can get those easy points, because remember, the naming is really the easy points. You have a lot of control over that. So make sure you do all of the naming questions and the homework and get good at that. So, all right, let me know if there are any questions.